Send a photo. Oh no, Dave, we on.
Tell Dave come on over here, man. Tell him come over here.
All right, I just told him we on Facebook Live. Y'all, man, we're gonna shout out, man. We got some people behind the scenes. We try to make things happen. We try to make this actual show. We try and bring it out. So we're gonna bring out our people, David Wright, man, one of my homies from way back. He went to Herndon, graduated the year after me. I think the year before you, right? Because he's the year after me. And so he's coming in here. Another Dallas fan. I don't know how they got these Dallas fans on here.
Woo!
But he gonna come in here, man. He's trying to help us out. He's working with our technical difficulties things right now, which is all good. But yeah, I mean, hey, send us text messages, send us whatever you can. Just let us know if you can hear us. I'm currently trying to see what we can do. We're gonna jump into this in a minute.
All right, let's do this thing.
Let's do that then. Let's do that. All right, man. Straight up. So look, you already know it's still August. We don't have preseason. So the only thing we talking about is football. Are they gonna have football? Or are they not gonna have football?
Biggest question of the year.
COVID-19 is taking over everything. I really do not know what to say. And in the latest little hiccup, if you'll call it that, apparently the NFL now went to the refs because the whole big question, the question we asked last week was about players that are opting out and if they're going to be able to get paid. If they're going to be able to get. So apparently the NFL is going to the refs. Because a lot of the refs are like, look, man, we're the ones who are in the middle of all of this.
Absolutely.
On the field, there's no protecting us on the field from players or from COVID or any of that. Absolutely. So a lot of them are kind of like, we want that choice. So the NFL has already said, look, it's your choice. We understand you. You want to be safe. All right. So what they're prepared to do is give those refs that decide to opt out to be with their family a $30,000 stipend. And then they get a guaranteed job in 2021.
Hey, $30,000 is not, a bunch of money how they would make it, but I feel like that's something.
Right, it's something.
Job for next year.
Right, and that's the thing. You're playing for the long term. You know what I mean? So, in the long term, I got to be like, yeah, let's do that. Let's play for tomorrow. Let's live today.
Do you think a lot of refs will take that option, though? You think they'll take that option?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what refs are making normally. So you looking at us and we're like, yo, you're going to throw me $30,000 in a guaranteed job next year? I might be all right. We don't know what kind of salaries the refs are on.
That's true. That is very.
Okay, hold up. He shared it on Let's Talk Football. So right now we got a couple heads on here, man. Okay, but yeah, man. So you don't know. Talk to us, guys. I don't know. We won't bear with us. We'll be able to find your comments and things like that. But Janae, like, if you had that option, you know what I mean?
Man, like you said, it depends on how much I'm getting paid. Now, if I'm a ref and I'm getting paid average $60,000 a year, and you're basically gonna tell me you're gonna cut my salary in half. And I get a job for next year. It just all depends on, I guess how much you saved. Because, people are going to take the year off, but what you're going to do, go find another job?
Right. That's the thing. Like what? And if they
what options do you really have?
Right. If they do leave and do try to get another job because maybe that $30,000 ain't going to do it. Who could live off $30,000 in a year?
And that's what I'm saying. Just $30,000 and a guaranteed job for next year. That's still not giving me stability, but you also have to make that decision for you and your family. If you're not going to do the job, do you really expect to just, get paid big money?
Right. And see, that's the thing. So, but again, we're talking about finances or well-being.
You got people that would step up to the plate. Probably a lot of younger cats would come up and work. Well, so are you risking your job for next year? Basically, you may get a job next year, but then you got all these other refs that come in.
That's the thing. It's almost like kind of like the scabs, when the NFL players, was on strike trying to give them more money, and the owners brought in these guys, a replacement. Shoot, we had this a couple years ago with the replacement refs.
Yes.
Remember how bad those games were?
They were horrible. Those were horrible.
They were terrible. They were terrible. You know
Bottom line, they got to do whatever they can to keep the refs if it's going to work. It won't work if you don't keep the refs.
You can't. And there you go. I mean, they actually have the leverage. They have the power.
Absolutely.
They're not going to. And you know what? The thing about it is, and the next part of this is, COVID is reaching past the NFL. Now, NFL now, because they get paid, this question does come up. Should we play? Should we opt out? Health and wellness right now versus maybe being able to financially support my family.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But now it's gone as far as the Big Ten, college football, Michigan State, her squad, Big Ten canceled. They canceled today.
The whole season's done.
The whole season. They unanimously made that decision to cancel their entire season because of COVID. You know, and I also heard that another one of the divisions, the Pacific 12, the Pac-12, UCLA, USC, I heard they might be coming out doing the same thing. So on one side, there's vacancies.
Tough situation. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And see, that's the thing, man. Like, if it's me and my family, they're guaranteeing me a job next year, and they're trying to compensate at least a little bit. Hey, I'll see y'all in 2021.
Yeah, I have to take it. I'm have to take it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be a part of that and just risk my family. You know what I mean? Like yeah, exactly. When you don't have to, man. It may, but again, though, for that guy, you know, maybe you know that guy that don't got the money that needs to get that paycheck. I just don't know.
But then you just take the risk, like you just. You know, maybe they get one of those fancy masks where, you know, they got the filter or whatever, they'll be able to run with them on. And maybe you just go a little bit of high tech for them because they'll be out there risking their lives. But you can't have the NFL go on if you're not going to get good refs.
Right. Exactly. Yo, really quickly, I'm just catching up to some of the comments and things of that nature. Brandon Lenny, he said, what's up? He's watching.
What's up, Lenny? Another Cowboys fan.
Hey, actually, never mind. I take that. What's up, back?
What up, Lenny?
All y'all Dallases. David Wright said, look, the refs need to get paid more in the first place.
They do. Absolutely. They do a lot.
Yeah.
They do a lot.
That might be what we need to talk about right then and there, because a lot of the refs, especially like that field judge that's right behind the linebacker, right near the safety, he's in the middle of, I need hazard pay for that.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on now. You know what I mean? So
$30,000 is just not a lot of money. If we're talking about $30,000. You couldn't even live off of $30,000. You would have to take up another job.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I can't do it, man. I don't know, man. Hey, but again, we don't know. We don't know what position these people are in, and we don't know how
if we're gonna have a season.
Right. Exactly. So this might not even be an issue. So then, but there's another question. So if you sit here and you're like, yo, I decided to opt out, I'm not going, give me my $30K, but then the season doesn't happen. I mean, what happens? Did they say, hey, well, it didn't happen, give my money back? Like, I mean, what do you do on that? Like,
you're gonna have a lot of players that are coaches, refs, that's gonna be wanting to get paid. They want to get paid.
Yeah.
So if everybody opts out, are you going to pay them for the year anyway, or what? What are you going to do?
Right. So, Dave said, the NFL needs to retain the rest they have, so they should get paid, and they should get paid in full. It should be a full-time job, kind of like an all-year-round thing. You know what I mean? Sydney, what's up, Sydney? How you doing, man?
Hey.
Whoever said Jesse James' touchdown was a drop can walk. I don't know. But I'm telling you, I remember that one game sticks out in my mind. That the Packers and the Seahawks, they threw up the Hail Mary, the last play.
Yeah.
One dude said touchdown, the other guy said interception.
No.
Like, and the funny thing is that when you stop that video, you see them looking at each other and kind of like, who's gonna do it first? Who's gonna put their hands up?
That was probably the worst year of reffing ever.
Yeah, that was terrible. I couldn't, man.
The freaking worst.
I don't even know what them jokers got paid, because that was garbage.
Hey, well, I'm hoping they get paid a decent amount of money. I mean, that's what the refs don't get. at least 50 to 60K.
Right. You need to compensate these guys, man.
Absolutely.
Incentives, like you in harm's way. You don't have pads
all day, every day. You got to run. You got to do everything. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, but you see some of these cats. Some of these cats are chiseled. Some of these cats are. They talk about first down with the muscles like that.
They definitely got to get paid.
So we need that, man. Straight up, bottom line. We need our refs because we've seen what happens
without them.
Pay them. But
I still don't agree with that $30,000. I think that's chump change, man.
Yeah, that is, man. I'm like, come on, y'all. Like, what are we really doing?
Too much work for $30,000. You're basically exposing what you really think about them. Nah.
Right, and you got to understand, like, they're not just staying with one team. They're each week it's a different group of two teams.
Yeah.
I mean, they're literally on the train tracks with the train coming through. They're in harm's way. So
absolutely. They definitely got to get paid. And I'm hoping like it's $30,000 a game that they have to do, not $30,000 for the season.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. You can't. You guys got to start paying these guys on all the stuff that they're doing, and you know what I mean, like. So they was talking about, I guess. The Jesse James touchdown last year with Pittsburgh, where they said, he dropped it. They said he dropped it. And
it was like what? The worst refs, man. You gotta have good refs.
I couldn't believe that. Now there was a ref that actually had a great call, and it was in that, I think it was a Packers Cowboys game.
No, I knew you was gonna go shady. I knew you was gonna go shady, Sean. I knew you was gonna say that. He made a bad freaking call. Bad call. It was a catch.
He didn't complete it all the way to the ground.
John, bull crap. Bull crap, and you know it. You know it. Bull crap.
No, I love that was. I'm telling you that. Yeah, if you was a Cowboys fan on that day, like Janae, I remember talking to you after that. That was a rough day.
That was our shot. That was our shot.
Right. Now, ironically, I had him on my fantasy team that year. So when I was actually kind of like, hey, I'll take it. But I really wasn't that upset. Today.
I know you weren't. I know.
You already know what it is. But speaking of which, man, we don't know if the season's gonna happen, but hopefully it will. But if it does, I mean, this question is so up in the air because if we don't have football, it doesn't matter. But fantasy football, I mean, that's a huge part of our lives.
That's probably one of the best parts about football is fantasy football.
I mean, that's such a huge part of our lives, and it's like, oh my God.
I bet you they'd be picking players this year. Would probably bring out players we never even heard of.
Yeah, right. And see, that's the thing. Now you actually got to be, studying the game. You got to actually know who the players are and what's coming. You know what I mean? How can we make more waiting tables? I'm just kind of reading through some of these comments. David said he brought up the Dez Bryant thing just for you.
David, that's messed up, man.
No, but he was saying how bad the refs are, man. He was saying,
I know, David's on our side.
Yeah,
that was messed up.
All right, Thabby said, "What's up? What's going on, Thabby?" He's talking about the Packers game, that Packers Seahawks, worst call ever. The worst call ever. And right after that call, the refs said, "All right, we're back."
It's always bad calls. The same thing with New Orleans and the Rams. Come on.
The whole city.
We can name top 5 bad calls. That would be the best.
Right?
They're freaking bad freaking calls.
Yeah, write that down. The top 5 calls that could possibly have changed not only a game or a season, but like a franchise.
That right there. That freaking New Orleans and Rams game, that determined that the Rams went on and that was hard.
They took Duke's head off. When I saw that, I was just like, what? Come on.
Oh my God.
Come on. So regardless, and see that's the big thing with the refs. You need to have those right refs, okay? Because when my fantasy team, okay, is in the divisional playoffs, all right, and we just need one guy to fall off, and I'm in the championship against today, and today hadn't even set up her lineup. I'm still bitter. Fantasy gets my heart, man.
Man, John, you literally got all the freaking way. And boom.
Yo, fantasy, that's the thing. But so, since we don't know if football is going to happen this year, but if it does, should people have drafts right now? Like, I can't, obviously, because we don't know if it's going to start. But what do you think? Like,
I mean, it's kind of going to be weird if you do the draft because it's going to be so many other players to opt out. We just don't know. Do they have an opt-out date? Like, you have to opt out by this date?
That's a good question. Hey, anybody in the comments, if you're hearing this, do the players have a date? And I think it's coming up. I think I heard somewhere recently that it's coming up within the next couple weeks where you have a date to, because there's a couple other players that were trying to say, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and opt out. I think it's coming up.
So I don't think you do fantasy until you get the date,
right.
Because so many players will opt out. Say you think, oh, I got a bomb draft, and then all your top 5 players end up opting out. Then
right.
You really don't have a squad, and then you basically got a slim pickings to choose. Yeah. So I feel like you can't do fantasy until that's done.
Right. And David was saying the day before the season starts. That's what we normally did. I know last year I did one of my fantasy leagues. We did one around this time, like the first or second week in August. Yeah. And one of the first picks that one of the dudes picked was Andrew Luck a year ago. And that was before he retired. So this dude's like, oh, I got Andrew Luck. And then he's like, yeah, I retired.
Then he didn't play.
It was done. So, yo, do not. If you're in my fantasy league against me and we're still doing it, go ahead and draft right now. Go ahead and take whoever you need to take.
Yeah, don't draft. But he's trying to set you up.
Yeah.
He's trying to set you up. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Because
don't do it.
We don't know who's gonna be here, who's opting out. I mean,
I agree with David. We got to do it right before the season starts.
Yeah, easily, because you just don't know. You don't know. Now, if it is happening, because let's try to play devil's advocate. Let's try to say that it's gonna happen. If football happens this year, with all the changes and everything that's happening, who you got number 1?
With all the things happening this year, who I got number 1? I think this is a setup question, but I'm gonna rock with. God, it pains me to say it because I don't want it to be. I'm gonna do Baltimore.
Yeah,
I'm riding with.
Is you gonna ride with? But is that your number 1 pick for fantasy? Is you gonna pick their defense, or what's the number 1 player you picking for fantasy? I already know you'll pick.
I would get Lamar.
Lamar over Patrick? Over Patty?
I gotta get Lamar.
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of points when you scoring that touchdown. So.
And he's running it too.
Lamar be running the touchdown. He's a triple threat. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lamar. What about you?
Man, honestly, I was 100% sold on Drew Brees until you just made that comment. Because the thing is, Drew Brees can throw for 300 yards in the first half, and then they're so far ahead that he sits in the second half.
Absolutely.
Points.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, but still, that's the thing. But if he's there and he's playing, you don't pass on that.
That's true. That's true.
You just can't pass on that. I mean, I don't know. So, let us know, guys, what y'all think. I'm constantly refreshing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get the comments.
Your fantasy quarterback. I would like to know who you going for first for the fantasy quarterback.
If you had a fantasy quarterback position, number 1 pick, it's yours. Who you going for? Okay?
I said I'm going Lamar Jackson. I feel like he'd be a great first round pick for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's gonna produce.
Breeze, you sure you're rocking with the Breeze?
Well, look, see, that's even the thing, because last year I rocked with Breeze, and Breeze got hurt mid-season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, buddy.
Huge. That was huge for me. But again, see, but then and so David brought up a point. Even if we do it, even if we draft, even if we get to people, we still don't know what's gonna happen with COVID. Like anything can happen where they connect it, and all of a sudden you get a stud lineup, and then they're all out. So
that's true.
I don't know, and that's the thing. Because for me, I mean, yeah, like Drew, but number one, I'm gonna tell you this: I'm not going Tom Brady. I'm not.
Yeah, nah. Quarterback, that's wise on. He don't get a lot of points.
Right. Tom is never. He's great in the playoffs because he's always playing. But other than that, he's not really getting these big numbers. I mean, them things might be different now, but I don't know. But in matter of fact, I don't know that I'm taking anybody in Miami, anybody in Florida, any of them teams, because I don't know how COVID's gonna wreak havoc.
How long they gonna last?
Right. And anybody in Atlanta, I don't know about how Georgia's rocking.
Like, who would you pick as your running back? Your fantasy running back, your first one. Derrick Henry.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yo, honestly, I was gonna say Saquon.
You rocking with Saquon. Saquon's a beast.
The reason being, there's nobody else for them to go to. They gotta go to him. Like, I mean, there's literally nobody else for them to go to on there, and I'm like, I gotta go. So
he would get a lot of touches, though. He definitely would get a lot of touches.
Yeah. Yo, David, go ahead.
I'm rocking with Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I got you. I gotta go Saquon, but that Derrick Henry is a solid pick. Yo, so Lamar, David, he takes Lamar. He likes you. He likes that pick you got. I gotta respect that, man. I gotta respect that. He's saying, should they increase the rosters?
That's a good question. Now that's a good question.
I like that question.
I like it only but you probably wouldn't be able to have everybody come out. Probably like they basically would be considered practice squad.
Yeah.
But maybe have like extra people on the field just in case. You never know.
Right. And that's the thing. You're gonna need reserves. You're gonna need backups. You're gonna need because you never know.
All day.
You don't know who's gonna. You can't tell.
All day.
It can hurt. Yo, my old teacher, Miss Philippoon, she's on here. She said, "Good job social distancing."
What's up, y'all? Absolutely. We're trying.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know how I do, Miss Philippoon. You raised me right. Now and forever. Washington.
It's you that raised him this way.
Right. Yo, but I mean, again, it goes back to COVID. But that's okay. So here's something I actually had a real interesting concern with. So last year we had our fantasy leagues, and you had whoever won, right?
Yes.
So both of my fantasy leagues, I got to the divisional playoffs, but the eventual champion knocked me out. Now they're the champions and they're reigning. Do they get to continue to reign for the rest of this year? If they don't have, I mean, are they 2020 and then vacant in 2019 champs and then vacant in 2020? Or
yeah, because you think about this. Is Kansas City still Super Bowl champs if they don't have a 2020 season? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are.
So I agree. I agree with that.
Well, if I would have won, I would have agreed as well.
But you didn't win. You're a little sad about it.
In either league, so
you're a little sad about it. It's okay, Sean. It's okay. Don't cry. It's okay. Whoever beat him last year, he's still salty and holding on to it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I already know. They came at us on the first joint. Man, I already know what it is. Yo, David's agreeing with you, Henry, right all day. Hey, look, honestly, guys, with fantasy, man, I want to play so badly. I do, because it's a thing that takes our mind off of a lot of other things that are going on.
Absolutely. So we did quarterback, we did running back. Who's you going for wide receiver if you had a first choice of wide receiver?
Yo, who you got? Let me think about that one, because my first choice,
I'm gonna say, it's a
because I can't.
I'm gonna say, I know it's just putting it out there. I'm not saying that Tom is just gonna be this amazing, but Mike Evans may be the man this year.
I thought about that. I thought about that, man. I thought
Mike Evans may be the man
dude.
this year, so I'm thinking I would rock with him.
Wow.
Ooh, what you think?
No, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna go out on a limb. This could be considered down and dirty, but we're not even gonna do that. I'm going DeAndre Hopkins for the Cardinals.
D-Hop.
I got him first pick last year. D-Hop with Larry.
But you know that's gonna be crazy though. Larry Fitzgerald, D-Hop, they both threats.
They got Kyler Murray at quarterback. I mean, what's good?
Yeah, I like that pick. I like that pick.
So I can go D-Hop. So all right, what about tight end? Oh, J-Dub. So J-Dub's with the Las Vegas Raiders. Jason Witten?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I thought he was with y'all.
No. We let him go. We couldn't afford him. We let him go.
Yeah.
All right, so rocking with the tight end, I'm going to have to go with, golly, should I go with Gronk since he's back in?
I'm saying that. I'm trying
you know what? I'm going to always have to ride with Ertz, man. Ertz, he's never failed me. He's never failed me.
Ertz is legit, man.
I always end up getting him on my fantasy, and he's never failed me, ladies and gentlemen. He has never failed me.
Yo, I'm telling you exactly where I'm going. San Francisco, George Kittle. My man is a monster. My man is. I want to go Travis Kelce.
You know what? I don't want to sleep on Kelce. I don't want to sleep on Kelce because Kelsey's a beast.
But there's so many other options in KC.
There is, man.
You got 2 running backs, 3 receivers. I mean, I know Kelsey's a big part, but I don't know. There's a lot of games.
I'm a ride with Ertz, man. He's never failed me.
Yeah, you got
never failed me. What about the tight end from Carolina?
So, Olsen.
Olsen.
But no, he got traded. He's at I think he's at Seattle now.
He's at Seattle now?
That actually might be a great pick.
Olsen is a beast too, man. There's so many good tight ends that you can't sleep on.
Yeah, because I picked him up a couple years ago, and I think he got hurt that year, but then came back. But Olsen's a monster.
Olsen's a monster.
Olsen's a monster. Now look, so then you got the flex player. So that could be the running back, the receiver, or the tight end.
If everybody's available, my flex player would be. Ooh, that's such a hard question. Oh my goodness.
I don't even know. Honestly. I might do Goodwin. Honestly, Goodwin from Tampa Bay.
Goodwin would be nice.
Because I don't think he's gonna get that much attention with Evans, with Gronk. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady. I think Goodwin might get slept on.
You know what? I think I'm gonna ride with Gronk as my flex player.
You gonna ride with Gronk? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one other guy I might ride with, and this is gonna surprise you. I'm gonna take the hat off to that.
Oh God.
I might ride with Gallup from Dallas.
Hey, Gallup is a beast, man. Gallup is a beast.
I picked him up late last year, and
he did some work for you too.
Yeah, he was the truth. But he's gonna be your third guy now, right? Like,
yeah, but we got Cooper. We got CD.
I just don't. But Gallup never let me down, and Dak Prescott has always been great with the second and third receiver.
Yep.
Always seems to, whenever he scrambles, he finds them. A la Beasley. He made Beasley into a stud. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So
I don't know if you watched it, but the NFL was saying that Dak Prescott was number 1 in long, deep throws last year. He was number 1. I don't know if you guys caught that. My boy Dak.
Nobody pay attention to that, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yo, they said, what's up with that? Because they said something was going on with his what's it called? His agent or something. Maybe he fired his agent, or his agent left him or something. I gotta read into that story. We'll get back.
Yeah, you gotta tell me about that one. I don't know, man. I hope not.
I sent you on something, but something was going on with him and his agent. Hey, if y'all know, definitely share it with us in the comments. Trying to get to your comments as much as possible. Yo, receiver, we forgot about Michael Thomas from
Michael Thomas, absolutely.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas, absolutely.
Got to get him. Yeah, Olsen's in Seattle, and then Kelsey, David Wright. That's what he was saying. I'm gonna try to refresh real quick. Get back on that. But yo, what you got on defense? Top D.
San Francisco.
Yeah, I might have to go with you on that.
Gotta go with San Francisco for the top defense, man. Ain't nobody really rocking with them right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you. That
Bosa, they just too good.
Bosa, your best friend, the one that you love so much. Bosa.
I don't like Bosa.
The truth, man.
I don't like Bosa, but I like the defense.
Yeah. So I gotta go with them. I gotta go with them, or I gotta go with Baltimore.
Or Baltimore. I mean,
Baltimore or Buffalo. Buffalo. Yo, don't sleep
on Buffalo. You cannot sleep on Buffalo.
They are going to be some serious stuff this year because Patriots are probably not going to have a team.
I was going to say, you counting out the Patriots?
I mean, half their team, you know what I'm saying, sitting out.
Opt out. Yeah.
I mean, come on now. They would do Cam like that, but I ain't going to go with that.
You know, Edelman just did an interview saying that he's a monster. Like, he's good. They said Cam, he likes Cam.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I believe it. That's the thing. Cam is legit. He's got the talent. You know what I mean? But he just needs that right motivation. And maybe if it ain't about the head games and all the extra stuff, maybe Cam will show up, man.
I think so too.
Well, no, let me ask you this though. Would you pick him up? I mean, you got your starter, okay? You need a backup. Would you?
Oh, absolutely. I would definitely pick him up.
You pick him up?
I would pick him up.
Yo, all right. So Sydney said, don't sleep on the Steelers.
I'm not sleeping, but they need to wake me up. I'm just saying, Sydney, they got to wake me up. Yo. They got to show me something. Big Ben been hurt every year.
Yeah.
I got to see what he can do healthy and ready to go.
And that's the thing. Big Ben, you got O'Connor, you got Juju. You know what I'm saying? They could be, the big 3 2.0. I don't know if they're that good.
So is she talking about their defense? I mean, I don't know.
He's just saying don't sleep on the Steelers.
Oh, okay.
You know, so, but then David's already talking about Seattle. Like, Seattle's going to be that defense. They talking about the defense. So, I like Seattle.
I mean, hey, y'all added something to the draft. The Redskins added a little something to the draft this year.
Don't play with me. Don't.
Is y'all's new rookie going, tear it up? Y'all going to be number one?
Look, truth be told, honestly, with Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio, defensive coordinator, I love that combination. 2 old school coaches, both played in the league in the 80s and early 90s. I love what they got together. They've both been on successful teams. They've both done it. So honestly, I am going to say it. I'm excited, yes, because I want to see. But I'm more excited because I want to see football. You know what I mean? I can't.
Absolutely.
That's just what it is. I don't know, but it looks good. We got draft picks. It could happen. Or what?
As usual.
Right.
As usual for the Skins.
Yeah. So we'll see. But look, so I mean that's a crazy question because we really don't know. Regardless of what we're saying right now, we really don't know who's gonna dress week 1. We don't know who's gonna be on the team. Shoot, some of the teams don't even know who their mascot will be. I'm not gonna name any names, but
the Red Wolves.
But that's crazy. That's crazy because I know a lot of people that I had actually talked about this, and I want to share this on our page. Guys, definitely I'm gonna take this minute to plug our spot. Definitely join Let's Talk Football. There's a Facebook group on there.
Yes.
As we moving up. Yo, our guy, David.
Shout out to David.
Shout out to David Wright. He sat there, set it up, throwing questions, man. We had that top 5 quarterback question that went through the roof. Everybody was going on that. We talked about the top 5 wide receivers.
Yes.
We got a little topic at the end of this that I know is taking a liking. David, David and Sid, they was getting down on that with a couple of the quarterbacks. But speaking about quarterbacks, so we mentioned him earlier. This is what many people think is the GOAT, Tom Brady. But I've been reading and I've been listening because like you said, he was 20 years, one place. Never changed. He was there one place. He had Belichick. I mean, all he had to do was get in the car. They gave him the keys and he drove. You know what I mean?
That's it.
And now they're saying, I mean, he's having a little difficulty. I mean, okay, I don't want to overbuild this. Like he's having difficulty, but you learn one system. That's like speaking one language your whole life, and then coming over here to America and being
it's not going to be an easy transition.
It's not going to be an easy transition. So, what do you think about that? That he's having issues with the terminology in Tampa Bay, and will that make a difference?
I mean, because you got to realize it's a new team, a new structure, new everything. You probably had your way in Boston, did whatever you wanted to do because they were afraid to talk to you any type of way. I feel like it's not the same. Bruce Arians is not the same.
Not Belichick.
It's not Belichick.
Not Belichick. So
it's a different system.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to learn the way that they want you to do certain things. Now, I think they're gonna let him have the reins like he wants, but he needs to learn their system before they let him have the reins.
And see, that's the thing. How much do you allow him to have the reins? Like, do you just give it over to him? Here, you're Tom Brady, so we'll just go on everything you've done in your past.
No, I wouldn't do that, because if you rock with that, then if he loses games for you, it's because you're letting him do his own thing. You know the way you want your team to be ran, so you can't let somebody just come in and take over and do their own thing. You got to teach them what you need them to do. You got to teach them your plays.
But it's Tom Brady. I'm just saying, that's what people are going to say. It's Tom Brady.
It is Tom Brady. But he also has got to be, I mean, it's not the same system as the Belichick system.
I agree.
I think he's going to have to learn what they need him to know, situations that the offensive coordinator is looking at that he really can't see. He needs to be able to know these extra plays and all of that. So,
yeah. But then, and it's funny, Sid just put this up. It's crazy to think that right now, at his 21st year, he will have the best assortment of talent that he's had his whole career.
Yes.
I mean, you got to remember, he had a bunch of no names. He made Deion Branch, Corey,
a whole
Dillon,
bunch of them. People that we didn't even think about.
Right. You look at Edelman, and we're like, I mean, we look at him now as top 10, top 15.
But we didn't before.
Nobody knew who that was. He was a quarterback in college. I didn't know that. Like, that's what I'm saying. He's got Gronk. He's got
Mike Evans.
He's got Goodwin. He's got a solid defense. And he's playing in good weather. He ain't playing
in good weather. He ain't got to worry about that cold no more.
So I'm like, I mean, I don't know how much of it is just muscle memory from playing the game, and how much of it really is, Roger, not the terminology, the things. And you got to remember, so COVID started in March, right?
Yeah. So
he hasn't been able to go and do the OTAs right after the draft. He hasn't been able to go talk to those guys. And, I mean, obviously I'm sure they've met up.
Of course, they've probably had conversations and stuff.
Right. He's Tom Brady. He's above COVID. So but
come to my house, I have a COVID machine.
Right.
Don't worry.
A whole different atmosphere around here. So
absolutely.
So, but I mean,
I don't know. I honestly think that they're going to be contenders. I honestly think that they are definitely
even with the terminology, even with learning new people. I mean, I know Evans and all them guys are just kind of like, look. If I was Mike Evans, if I was doing, I'd go up to Tom and be like, hey, man, what's up? Just, hey, where do you want me to run up and down?
What you want me to do? You just tell me what you want me to do.
They'll be where I need to be, and we're good. I just need a ring on these fingers because I'm there.
Absolutely. I agree. I
mean, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't think it's going to make that much a difference. I think what's going to make more of a difference is the fact that it's just been year 21.
Year 2-1. Is he going to be able to look like the Patriots Tom Brady?
That's the thing. Because you got to remember that line he had was the truth. You know what I mean? Through most of those years. I mean, I can only remember him getting seriously hurt only once where he missed a year. But I don't really remember him having major issues.
Neither.
Yep.
Neither.
So so David was saying Bruce Arians is an offensive coach, and like Sid said, he's got some of the best weapons. I'm withholding judgment until I see how he can throw the deep ball. Yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
Sid was talking about he's got Evans, he's got Goodwin, he's got Gronk, he's got OJ Howard. I forgot
about Howard.
And he got Shady. He got LaShawn McCoy.
Yep.
So I guess all he has to do is show up. I mean,
he should be able to show out, basically.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, so if he doesn't show out with all that talent, what does it say for him as far as his progression? Is he going down?
Right. And see, that's the thing. See, David was saying that. He's saying it could be dangerous, but it kind of feels like there's a window. There's a window that's slowly closing. He maybe has a year or two until he, I'm being nice because most guys that are past 40, I'm like,
yeah. Well, how many have we had that went past 40?
Not who, just him and Breeze, right? I mean, I don't think was Brett Favre 40.
How old was Peyton?
Peyton was up there. Yo, guys, how old was Peyton? How old was Brett Favre when he was both retired? I think Peyton might have been 40. If not, it was like 38, 39.
I think Brady could be the oldest.
Yeah, because I know Phillip Rivers, I think, is 37. Him and Eli are 37. I think Drew Brees is 40. Big Ben is he's younger. There's somebody else that's really up there in age. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to go refresh these comments real quick. Let me see. Favre was up there.
Oh, yeah, Favre was up there.
Because remember, he had those 3 or 4 years where he just kept playing. And he'd say, oh, I'm retiring, and then I'm back. I'm retiring, then I'm back. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we'll see. All right, so we're going to go on to what's next, folks. Guys, in the nation's capital, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been a lot of turmoil. There's been a lot of nonsense going around. And as if things couldn't get any worse, our backup and highly touted great guy, Darius Guice at LSU, we had such high hopes. Apparently, over this past weekend, he was arrested. And he was charged with domestic violence and against his girl and 3 counts of domestic violence. So this is not just one situation. There's 3 counts at one particular point, not to get too deep into his stuff, but apparently the report said that he strangled his girl to the point where she knocked out.
Wow.
Now do not get it twisted. I am not saying, hey, I'm not missing him. Bye-bye. As soon as I heard any of that, I don't advocate that.
Yeah, we're not advocating for the choking.
None of that. That's ridiculous. I can't even. But man, what's going
wrong?
on?
But what is wrong with people, man? It's you got everything in the world going for you. Just walk away.
Right. What? I don't get this. I don't get this, guys. What is going on? So obviously, Redskins did the right thing. They cut him immediately as soon as they heard the charges. As soon as they heard what happened, they released him. Unfortunately, I think he's probably gonna get picked up somewhere else. I think he's going to get picked up. And the reason why I say that, it's going to bring me into the next part of this. So another thing that happened around the same day, I believe he was arrested on Friday, and I think either Thursday or Friday, the Washington Redskins activated former San Francisco linebacker Reuben Foster.
Yes, they did.
Great player. Amazing. But in 2018, the reason why he was released from San Francisco was on domestic violence charges. Now, the charges were dropped, but I mean, you're sending one message by sending one guy out because of domestic violence, and now you're reactivating another guy because
it's a weird situation, man. This is just weird.
Y'all making it hard, guys. Y'all making it hard to rep this because and it's not just us. It's not just the Redskins. Okay, we can sit here and talk about
all over the league. It's
all over the league. Kareem Hunt, He got a daggone job with the Browns after knocking Tariq Hill. He hit his pregnant girlfriend. You know what I mean? We all look at Ray Rice and what happened with that, and rightfully so, you know. But these other guys are still getting it.
It's still happening, and they don't get punished as much as Ray Rice did.
Right. So my question is it about your talent? You know, if you're that great, do they care?
Well, I don't know, because Rice was at his peak.
Right. That was right after they went to the Super Bowl. Like,
right at his peak.
And that's the thing. So Sydney was talking about Reuben Foster has history of doing this. So this isn't, and that's the thing. There was 2 separate charges in 2018. Both of them were dropped, but still, what we
know they look, but just because it's dropped doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Right.
Just because she decides she don't want to press charges doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Right. And that's
he still beat a woman up.
Right. That's what's getting to me. First of all,
he's still going to be representing your franchise.
Right. He should be walking around. He should be in custody. You choke somebody out, I mean, you ain't going to be walking around hanging. I don't care how much money you got.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
That's absolutely ridiculous. But the simple fact, like, that was bad enough. But then what message are you telling the fans if you're bringing back a guy that 2 years ago, literally you're bringing him back on almost the same day you're bringing him back and he had the domestic violence charge. You're not telling me anything. You're not saying, okay, we're against this. You're saying
no, you're not saying that.
We have a need, so
we're okay with it. Oh well, he did it 2 years ago, guys. It's not that fresh.
And see, that's the thing. That's what's crazy though. That's what's crazy. But it brings me back. Remember that guy that you guys had on Dallas? That they said it wasn't domestic violence. It was something else. He was a punt returner. He had dressed.
Yeah.
And they cut him.
Was it with us or was it New York Giants?
No, it was y'all, but it was just like a petty theft or something like that. What would that? He got traded or he got released after that. I don't know. I can't remember. Whitehead.
I know there was the New York Giants kicker.
Yeah,
that got in trouble.
Well, see, that's the other part of it. So the guy I was thinking about was Lucky Whitehead, but he didn't get.
Yes, Lucky Whitehead.
But his was just like a theft. It was something.
He stole something.
But that's the thing. How did they cut him? No questions asked off that, and they found out he didn't even do that. But then you got Zeke, you know, saying fondling folks, and this guy. That's and see, and then that's I think that's my issue is the range of everything, because you look at the guy you were talking about, the kicker, who sat there for the Giants. You said he wailed on his wife. He would come home and just wear her out, and he said it. And then after that, I think he got like 1 day. I think he eventually got released or something like that. But initially, it wasn't.
It took a while.
Yeah, it wasn't major. It wasn't anything major that they really did to him.
I just want to know what kind of message does it send? If you're doing that, what kind of message does it send to the organization that you have fans that idolize, like this is like my favorite player in the whole world, they end up they beat up a woman, then you like, oh, well, it's okay. We'll let them come back and do the next season. No.
Yeah. Now, so Dave was saying Foster was cleared for all the stuff. Still doesn't matter. With me, if you're accused of it and you have a history that keeps coming up, I have a problem with that.
If there's pictures of you doing it.
Well, that's what Sid was saying. Sid was saying the whole reason why Ray Rice's thing went the way that it went was because you had the video. You had the video that was so damning of him hitting her or hitting the side and just being laid out.
Dragging her on the ground.
Right. Like you had that, like, that's the thing. But David was saying the court of law has to mean something. # Zeke. Because it's the same thing. If you're that good, because remember, he didn't serve his time to the following year. Remember,
I get what David said about court of law, but also we have seen things that, you know, Rice, did he even go to jail?
No, because she dropped the charges.
So even if the court of law, it doesn't really go hand in hand,
yeah,
because you won't even go to jail for these things. If you beating a woman up you don't have to go to jail for us to know that you are a dirty person, a wrong person.
Right.
You don't have, because the system is jacked up in that way because the woman has to press charges. You know, she's scared. She doesn't want to, she bruised and battered. She never even been with somebody who cares about her. Right. Now she doesn't want to testify. So then it comes into the play where this guy who we know is abusive gets to walk out free due to the fact that the woman, you know, and then we're like, oh, well, you know, she wants to be beat. No, we got to step up as a community and be like, that's not okay.
We cannot accept that. There's no way, shape, or form that we can accept that. And sorry, we don't stand for that here. Not at all. Not at all. I can't. Nope. I can't go for that.
But I understand what David was saying, though. I get it. Because it is, you know, are you guilty or innocent? And if we don't know about it, then of course. Mm-hmm. But if you have videos and people got pictures and stuff, and the woman had to take pictures of her face all bloodied up.
All that, yeah.
We gotta, you know.
Right.
It is what it is.
And see, that's the thing. And see, what Sydney was saying in reply to that was basically, unfortunately, at this day and age, and especially throughout history, but in this day and age, it depends on your value to the organization. If you're worth a lot to them,
that's true. If you're good,
you'll cover it up. I remember in the 90s, the early 90s, there was a lot of things going on in Dallas with Michael Irvin, but nobody ever caught them. I wonder why. You remember the Cowboys, man? They had a whole bunch of stuff going on.
We did. You know, my boy Irv was on some other stuff.
Irv was on that other stuff.
Definitely on some other stuff, man. You know, and I don't agree with any of that either. Like, we don't praise the person regardless of how good they are. You shouldn't be out here praising the person that they beat a woman or beat them up, and it just doesn't make any sense. If somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Don't just let them show you who they are and then be like, oh, well, no, that's not who they are. They're not a woman beater. They won't hit you and hurt you. Right. We've seen it.
He didn't mean to do it.
He didn't mean to hurt them.
But yeah, no, I don't want to hear that, man. I'm not for that. Now, as a result of this, like I said, when it rains, it pours. So he's no longer with us. So starting, we got AP, Adrian Peterson. I still feel like he's one or two good hits away from being sent out to pasture. I love him so dearly, but we're on borrowed time. Okay?
He's about to be packing his bag soon.
Yeah. So
you know what? If you have a spurt like he did last year, you never know.
But that's the thing. Because you got to remember, Guice was hurt. He was hurt a lot. So AP did have to take it on himself. Now, we also have Peyton Barber. He's playing for Tampa Bay.
Yes.
We got him. We got who else to say we had? We have Peyton Barber. We have Bryce Love. I think he was a rookie last year from Stanford.
Okay.
We got JD McKissick from Seattle.
Okay.
He's a little backup guy. And then our draft pick this year was Antonio Gibson, who played receiver in college, but he's trying to play running back. He's running back in college. All in all, man, it's going to be, if AP goes down, it's going to be running back by committee.
But Barber probably would take that spot.
Yeah. I don't know.
I definitely struggling on that piece, though. You definitely
at this point, I'm not holding my breath.
So, I mean, how do you feel that Reed is no longer a Washington football player anymore? Did you guys hear about that? That Reed is no longer a Washingtonian anymore? Sean, how do you feel about that?
He just, he wanted to play. And he was hurt. He was always hurt for us. He played and caught 2 touchdowns against Dallas with like a dislocated shoulder.
You just wanted to bring that up.
But now, I don't know. He hadn't been playing he definitely didn't play last year. He was definitely hurt for a while. He's had a number of concussions. So I think it was one of those situations where the doctor was kind of like, play at your own risk.
That's true.
And we weren't going to do that with him. And he was still asking for big bucks. Like,
yeah, he definitely was still asking for money.
I miss him. I'm not going to lie. But you got to be on the field, period. Like, that's what it is.
That's true.
That's what it is. So David said Zeke's girlfriend was known to have bragged about ruining his career, but that he doesn't but see that's how the other side of it can play out.
Yeah.
And then he's talking about your entire defense can't stay out of trouble because what's his name was out. Gregory, wasn't he out like a year or two ago for that?
Oh yeah, remember we picked up what's the dude from hadn't played in 5 years from the Raiders.
Was that him?
Who we pick up? No, Gregory always in trouble.
Yeah.
Always. But we just picked up some. Who did we just pick up? Alden.
Oh, from San Francisco? Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Remember we got him now after 5 years of being out?
What's that about? What about Van Der Esch? Is Van Der Esch still there?
Of course, the Wolf is still there.
Okay, I'm about to say that you don't need
Jalen Smith is still there. DeMarcus, they all still there. We got a few convicts, ladies and gentlemen, but it's all right. The Cowboys likes to build the people up and make them see a different way of life.
What did Bill Belichick say? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Exactly.
No, I love it. All right, let me try to go through these comments. All right, Sydney was saying, as a fan, I separate the player from the man. I loved AB, Antonio Brown, because of what he did in the Steelers uniform, but I can't stand him off the field. So he's another one. He's another one. And correct me if I'm wrong, Sydney, but I believe at one point he said he retired, and then I heard like a week later that he was supposed to be like suspended for 6 games or something a year for some nonsense. So, yo, guys, you have all this money. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Alden Smith. That's who David said. Yeah.
Alden Smith.
So, but what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? That's crazy. Shoot, even AP a year, 2 years ago. Well, no, he was still with the Vikings. Remember, they suspended him for a couple games because I guess he took a switch to his son. And was 4-year-old son. You remember?
I'm telling you, there's a whole bunch of incidences like Ocho Cinco that ruined his career. Headbutting.
Yep. See, that's the thing. And so that's what they're saying. I like what Cindy said. Hey, you got to separate the player and the fandom and all that stuff from – you're good, Kat. Come on. Hold up.
You got to separate it.
Yeah, you got to separate that, the player from the man. You have to. Because
it's hard for me, though. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to separate. I don't separate R. Kelly's music from R. Kelly no more.
Exactly. See,
I don't listen to R. Kelly's music anymore because now I feel like I'm hearing him singing about what he really wanted to do.
Right. But see, that's the thing. How can we do that? Like,
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard for me, and that's why I said Sydney's good because I'm not there. It's not my ministry yet to be able to separate the person from what their actions do. It's hard for me.
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's hard because honestly, a lot of the guys that we pick, a lot of them have a good character because that's the way we were brought up. That's what it is. But hey, there's a lot of guys that I already know. Like I was a huge Kareem Hunt fan, but at the same time, I was a huge Ray Rice fan. But at the same time, once that's happened, I'm not saying I can't forgive you. I'm not saying you can't change and do better.
It's not our job to judge, but it's just I just can't rock with it. I can't let people think that I'm okay with that happening.
Right, I get it. All right, so we're gonna go to the last one real quick, and this was a big topic on Let's Talk Football, the page on the Facebook page, and my man Dave. Quarterbacks. Last week, the top 25 or our top 5 pick of quarterbacks of all time. 2 of the current quarterbacks that start around the same time right now. We want to know who you guys think is better. We want to know who you guys think is better. So the 2 choices, Janae, and I'm going to give this to you. The 2 choices. Russell Wilson on one side, Big Ben on the other side. Career.
Russ all day.
Career.
Russell Wilson all day.
All right,
Russell Wilson is, man, of right now, of this time frame, Russell Wilson is one of the GOATs. Like,
but for career though, what about I'm talking about in their careers. Okay.
I'm riding with Russ, man.
You're riding with Russ?
And the amount of years that Russ has played, that how many times that he's gotten into the playoffs, gotten to at least the championship game. I mean, you can't take away from in Russ we trust, man. You can't take away from him.
But okay, I get that.
So give me, because I feel like because I said Russ, I feel you were going for Ben, but I need to know why you're going for Ben.
So all right, as player wise, who I would want on my team, I love Russ. But that's because I got a little history with Ben and the little stuff. When he first came in the league, he was a little cocky, something. So I couldn't.
Do you think Ben is as mobile as Russ is?
But it's different. Ben is so big, and for a big guy, Ben is extremely mobile. And you got all right. Let me throw these facts at you. Let me throw these stats.
Okay. Throw them at me.
Okay. The first thing we were always talking about, like we were talking about last week, Super Bowls. Okay. Big Ben's got 2 Super Bowl rings.
Okay.
He beat the Cardinals and he beat the Seahawks, and then he lost to Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. So he's been there 3 times. Okay. Russell Wilson.
How many years has he been playing?
Oh shoot! I had just looked at it. No, okay. No, so Big Ben he's played 2 times as many games as Russ. Or almost. He's played 88 more games than Russ. Now, Russ has a better winning percentage by about 7 points.
Okay.
But I mean, it really they're neck and neck. Big Ben has 5 Pro Bowls. Russ gets 4. Big Ben's been in the playoffs 10 times. Russ been in the playoffs 7. But Big Ben has played 88 more games than Russ.
But you've already said he's played more games. Yeah. Give my boy enough time to have played just as many games, just as many seasons as Big Ben, and Russ will be right there. Like you said, my boy only's been in the league, 6 years? Yeah. And got 7. He's been there 7 times. And your boy's been in the league, almost 15, 16, 17 years?
Yeah.
And has 10?
Yeah. It ain't that long, but look, I gotta give it to him. Big Ben, I gotta give it to him because when we started this conversation, I thought when I did the research, I'm sitting here thinking, well, it's easy, it's Russ because Big Ben had the big 3. I'm thinking the Big Ben had AB and Big Ben had Le'Veon, but Le'Veon didn't come till 2013, and AB came in 2010. Both of the Steelers' first 2 titles with Ben were not with AB or with Le'Veon. He had Hines Ward. They had a monster defense.
They had a monster defense.
But then so did Russ. Russ had the Legion of Boom. Russ had Mint Bane.
But you're saying the only thing that separates them is years. That's it.
Look.
So, and if that's the case, then Russ is on track to be better than Ben ever was.
Okay. Here's the other part.
What's the audience say? What does the audience say?
Let's see. Oh, David's just talking about Danger Russ. On that, let me see. So career so far, Ben has a better career. That's what Sid's saying.
Yeah, so far, but he's been playing longer.
Here's my thing about Big Ben, okay? Big Ben has had to go in the Tom Brady era. Big Ben's had to play Tom Brady almost every time they were in the playoffs, they had to go through New England.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't, when it goes to competition, I can't really, you got Aaron Rodgers. Yes, I'll give Russ had to go through Aaron Rodgers. Russ had to go through the Falcons at times. He never really played you guys. I don't think Russ is, the last time y'all played in the playoffs was with Tony Romo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because y'all played the Packers, Giants, or something. I can't remember.
No. Dak beat him.
He beat him? Okay. Oh, was that recent? Was it that only playoff win?
What year was that?
Oh, Ben and Big Ben also had to play with what's his name? Peyton Manning. See, the competition. That because at this
I think. Hold on. Yeah, no. The Seahawks beat us.
We beat you. Okay. because at this stage, and it's correct. I mean, when you put the two stat charts in here, you're muted. You're muted.
That is a great topic. That's a great topic.
I like that one. I like.
Now I'm thinking I'm thinking hard. I'm still riding with Russ.
Yeah.
But that's a good comparison though.
So that's what you're saying. If you had to start a team tomorrow, healthy Russ, healthy Ben, you're taking.
I'm taking Russ. We trust, man. He's too mobile for me, man. I like the way he can run. Like you said, if Ben don't have a line, like the last couple of years have been shaky, which is why he's been getting hurt.
Yeah.
I think that Russ is just too mobile of a quarterback to be able. He can run and doesn't have to. Yeah, Big Ben is big.
Yeah.
But if they get past that line, he ain't going nowhere.
Well, see,
at least Russ can get out of that thing.
Yeah. And see, if I'm starting a team, I'm leaning towards Ben because I've seen him play more, because that's what you're saying. We've seen him play more, so there's more footage, there's more stats, and more things on it. But at the same time,
Russ has been a consistent top 3 quarterback, top 4 quarterback in the league since he's been in the league.
And he is the only guy that, just like Tom Brady, has done more with less. He really
has done more with absolutely.
Really has not had that much. And he's had the Legion of Boom that one year when they just crushed the Broncos, and even that next year when they went right back and should have, if they would have given the ball to Marshall Lynch, should have beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Like, we were saying a whole different thing, but at this point, Russ. I love.
Oh man, I don't know, Sean. I don't know.
Man, but I might got to go Big Ben. I might have to go with Big Ben, because if you're right, if he doesn't have a line, if he doesn't have anything around him, then I'm going Russ. But if you're giving them equal amounts of talent and everything, I'm going Big Ben, man. Big Ben just had that like Brett Favre gunslinger thing going about. I love Russ.
He's also had a track record of getting hurt.
That's true.
Literally the last 3 years he's been hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What's the audience saying? Y'all better make sure y'all comment on that one. That's a good one.
So David's talking about he doesn't want to talk about that Seattle Dallas game. What happened in the Seattle Dallas game, guys?
We don't want to talk about it. That's what he said.
Wait, are we talking about Romo's last one when he was on the field like
No, Dak Prescott had to play him.
Oh, Dak couldn't even win?
Oh, here you go, Sean. Here you go. Dak couldn't even win? Really?
I'm just saying. I don't know.
I think that game was like 21-12. Yeah. Like we couldn't do it.
I don't know how y'all ain't dominating. Y'all got Zeke. Y'all got, you know what I'm saying, Mario.
Mind your daggone business.
Man,
let's get down to the down and dirty, man. Let's get down to the down and dirty, because you try to always talk about my team. Always.
No, straight up. You want to start? Or you want me to do it?
You go ahead and start your down and dirty, man.
All right. Straight up, man. I'm gonna. I know we've been joking. I know we've been playing around, and I love doing this. Janae, I know you love doing it, man. I couldn't have asked for a better partner in crime in this.
All day.
But in all seriousness, always start with, hey, Breonna Taylor, got to get justice, period. And if you don't want to hear it, demand the justice with us, because we need to get this thing done. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
But like we talked about earlier, this whole Guice situation, it's unsettling. It messes with me. It really does. I've always been raised around women. Some of my best friends are women, my fiance, my mother, my sisters, all family, all that stuff. I can't stand for anybody putting their hands on one. I don't care. I just can't. I can't stand for it. I'm not gonna stand for it. If it's around me, hey, it's me and you. Like, that's just how I feel. I don't like that. I don't feel like. And look, there's always two sides to every story, this and that. But I just don't like how we seem to be okay as a society with some people doing it and making excuses for them when it suits us and when it's convenient for us. I don't like it, guys. And you know what? I know that might have been a little tough, but with this whole Guice thing coming out and then the Reuben Foster, we're bringing him back. I'm like, it's just a cycle. It's a revolving door. Like, what are we doing, guys? But you know what? Hey, Janae, what you got?
I got you, man. And that is a great down and dirty because we definitely need to be talking about that, you know, having respect for women.
Yeah.
You know, with, you know, all of the, you know, sexual misconduct allegation stuff going on with the Washington football team, the behind the scenes stuff that's been aired out, and, you know, players, you know, hurting women. We have to make sure that we're sending out a positive message. Like, you know, there are good people out there. There are good men out there that don't even think about doing stuff like that. And we can, players, believe it or not, there is another talent out there. There are people out there, good, genuine people that deserve to play that aren't beating up on anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, we're so worried about that player being so influential to the game, but I don't care about them being influential to the game if they're not, you know, doing the right thing. I just don't. I told you, I'm working on myself to separate the player from what they do off the field. I'm working on that. But my down and dirty for this topic is going to be basically about women. How do we feel about women taking more of a role inside of the NFL? There are more assistant coaches that they are starting to bring in. I know we're getting to the adding more African-American coaches, but we also need to be talking about women coaches as well. There are some dynamic coaches that are women that know the game very well, that are qualified. And I feel like there needs to come a respect with all aspects of the NFL, whether it be about color, having an African-American coach or a Hispanic coach or Asian coach, being more diverse in that area, and also being very diverse when it comes to women, because women, we love the game too. So, and you know, there are women referees, and I feel like because of the conversation of race equality, we also need to be there with gender equality, because there are a lot of women who appreciate the game. So I feel like as we move forward and as we're progressing and things are changing, my down and dirty is that we don't forget about women, because we love the game too. So there's a need for women coaches or assistant coaches or coaches. There's a need for women refs. There's a need for just an input in admin on your organizations for women. We're not just good at being somebody holding a mic and being an anchor with a skirt on. We are definitely good. We can be an asset. We have a mind too. We have creative minds too. And a lot of things that, you know, some guys think about, we may have a different opinion and have a better idea, you know, but I feel like we just need to be brought to the table too.
Right. And to piggyback on that, more women are not only watching, but playing sports. Remember when we coached, we had a girl that was
we had a girl on our team. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's just like you're saying, more people are getting involved in it. More people are becoming a part of it. I don't understand why, just like with the minority situation, I don't understand why you don't shut that out. You're missing a part of football.
It's like, why are we even having this conversation? It should be equal for everybody. You know, if you have the talent and the skill and the knowledge of the game, it doesn't matter what you look like. You could be a blue freaking alien. You should be able to, you know, be able to be on the field. If you know the game, if you're qualified to make the team or whatever the organization better, why not have that person on the team?
I know. I agree. 100%. And like Dave said, I agree with that. You need to hire the best person for the job, no matter who it is.
No matter who it is. And that's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter. It could be a white person. It could be a black person. It could be, as long as it's the best person for the job. You know, you're not just choosing them based off of the stereotypic way that people choose things. You know, sometimes you need to think out of the box. Some organizations have been stagnant forever. Because you haven't changed up anything. I'm just saying, don't block the opportunity for women to get in the door.
Period. I mean, we don't need to say much more to that.
Look, we don't even need to say nothing after that, baby. We don't need to say nothing after that. Man, we truly appreciate everybody tuning in today.
Definitely.
We do apologize for coming on late. We're learning this Zoom, but we will be all set for next week.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be back the same time. We do want to have a guest on for next week. So if you would like to be on the show, please send us a message because we definitely would like to start getting some other co-hosts on there with us. Oh, yeah. We're excited about this whole thing. And I'm just happy that I got my partner in crime with me, man. Sean, you hold it down, baby. You always hold it down.
You already know what it is, man. You already know that. Yo, hey, for those of y'all that don't know, okay, my partner in crime, Janae, is a celebrity, okay? Folks, if you haven't seen it, we're going to put it on the Let's Talk Football page. My girl was on The Voice. My girl was up there.
This guy.
Pharrell was on. Oh, come on.
This guy right here.
But when it comes down to it, and exactly what we were just talking about, there is nobody that I know that has a better take and knows the knowledge and knows the game and knows the fundamental, knows all the stuff surrounding it like Janae.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
But that's the truth. That's what it is. Like,
we just grew up loving the game. There are people that love the game. You would never even expect the different type of people that love the game of football.
Yeah. So, hey, real quick, producer, you want to come over here real quick? We want to introduce. So, David Wright, we're gonna try to get him on the show. It's my fiance, our producer. So we're gonna ask you real quick. And so, we heard the Big Ten.
I'm already done with football this season. I'm over it.
What about the Vikings? Kirk Cousins.
At least there's the Vikings. But all I'm gonna say is, like, I mean, I'm done. Like, I'm a little sad right now. My friend's here from Zimbabwe, and when I told her, her first thing is, she's like, "Oh, well, I guess we don't have to worry about losing this year." And I'm like, wait, because she went to Michigan State, and so she's like, "How I look at, we have the winningest season." And so, like, she's here right now in DC.
She's thinking on the positive side. She's thinking on the positive side.
Exactly.
And I'm looking at the opposite. I'm like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, I literally that's like what I look forward to on Saturdays. But it's okay. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. Michigan State, they had I think 14 COVID cases during. I mean, it was hit hard during training and everything, and during camp. So I mean, they're doing what they need to do. Yeah. Hopefully, crossing my fingers for basketball.
Yeah.
Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers.
Football, right.
Let's be real. Basketball for college, I'm talking.
Yeah,
sorry.
for football.
But I'm crossing my fingers for pro football
crazy.
too.
That's crazy.
Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you, darling.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye. Hey, we do have the best producers in the world, man. David, you've been awesome. Kat, you've been awesome, man. We just appreciate you guys so much.
Yes.
Hey, we cannot wait to see you guys next week, 6 o'clock next week on Monday.
Yep.
Cannot wait to do this again. Hey, and please get on our social media page. Let's Talk Football.
Yes.
Please. And we'll be asking you all sorts of crazy questions. Please comment on those. Please.
Yes. Come join. Come talk. Because one of the things that we realize is that we love this and we do this in the day and we're riding such a high on the rest of the evening. But then the rest of the week, we're just kind of like, well, what's happening? So we get a Dave.
Absolutely.
So Dave's on there and asking questions, talking to people. We love that you guys have interacted with us on here and on there. Yo, just keep coming, man. Keep coming.
Absolutely. Keep